So, while we're on the topic of CM Punk, while we're on the topic of Raw, this past Monday night on Raw, they drew the largest crowd for a Monday Night Raw in 5 years. Obviously, they were in Chicago, which is a infamous wrestling city. We saw CM Punk come back. But I kind of wanted to know, why do you think that they were able to sell out? Was this a Punk thing, or do you just think this is just kind of like a sign of the times as it pertains to pro wrestling right now?
I think it's a mixture of, you could definitely contribute it to Punk, because I mean, Chicago, regardless of what Punk does, where he stands, Chicago's always going to support Punk. So that's obviously number one. Number two, yes, it's WrestleMania season. People tend to tune in more. That, like, if you're a casual and maybe like you don't sit there and watch every single week, you're more inclined to tune in leading up to WrestleMania just because you know that it's going to get better. But not for nothing, I really want to say, ever since this year started, they've been doing a really good job. Like really, really good job. Like, wrestling is hot. Wrestling is fun. And they've been throwing new things at us. They've been getting more with the culture. I feel like wrestling's just feeling cool again. And I like it. I love it, actually. And it doesn't shock me. It doesn't shock me at all whatsoever. And I feel like it's I don't know how many years it's been since wrestling felt just like this, but it feels like wrestling's back on the map, and it's okay to like yell it out loud now that, I'm a wrestling fan.
Right.
I actually been noticing too, ironically, that like even more celebrities online have been trying to ask to work with the WWE, tagging the WWE. I mean, I saw a video of Sexy Red just yesterday, or was it this morning? She was over here singing freaking Shawn Michaels theme in the car with some random people smoking high, just getting lit. And like, we've been seeing all the other appearances from other rappers. Like, I just feel like it's been becoming more mainstream to like wrestling out loud, because it's just slowly becoming cool. And that's awesome. Like, I love it. Like, it could be a dork out loud. I mean, I've already been one out loud. But I could be a dork even more out loud. Love it. Yeah. What do you think about it?
Yes, I could be a dork even louder. I think we are in, somebody put this on Twitter, and I wish I knew the handle, and I would give credit if I knew the handle, but we're in the Renaissance era of pro wrestling. This is... WWE has been able to, I believe that the competition between AEW and WWE has put WWE in a position where they had to dig deep into their bag to be at the creative best that they can possibly be. And I think that they've been able to take what was cool about the Attitude Era, and they were able to incorporate it into modern day WWE successfully without it being corny or cheesy or feeling too old. And I also believe that, like you said, WWE wrestling is cool again. And I feel like more wrestlers not only are claiming their fandom out loud, but people who weren't tapped in are like, yo, what's happening in wrestling? Should I be watching it again? I hear a bunch about wrestling. And that's a good place to be in, is when people are trying to tap in and catch up, because it shows that it's culturally getting to the place that it used to be. Now, as far as the Monday Night Raw sellout, I think that it was CM Punk, but I also think that ultimately, if you don't have a good show, people are not going to show up, right? And Raw has been significantly better than it used to be. SmackDown has been significantly better than what it used to be. And WWE touts a bunch of stars, whether we talk about Seth Rollins, whether we talk about CM Punk, whether we're talking about The Rock, whether we're talking about Jey Uso, whether we're talking about Rhea Ripley, Cody Rhodes. Like, there's so many different attractions in WWE now that there's no one sole reason to show up to a Monday Night Raw. And Punk is Chicago, but I just believe that the WWE is so stacked right now with star power that it's like, if you're going to a Monday Night Raw at this point, you're going for multiple reasons. But that's how I feel about that. But let us know. First Monday Night Raw crowd that drew this much in 5 years. Are we experiencing a renaissance in pro wrestling? My answer is yes. Mo's answer is yes, but we want to know your answer. So comment below.